Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of E.d.outdoors. Hey, if y'all are bow hunters, or if you are considering a few different types of broadheads as far as what to use, y'all don't want to miss this video coming up. We're finally about to shoot our ballistic gel block, and we're going to compare head to head a few different popular broadheads. So y'all stay tuned. E.d.outdoors coming right up. Alright you guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Listen, we're about to compare a few different broadheads. I've been debating on which one to use. I've been back and forth between several different ones, researching and trying to figure out exactly what I want as far as penetration, wound channel, to figure out blood loss, to figure out everything. So we have a few different ones. I actually have three that I want to test. Now the first one up on the block is going to be this. This is the let's see if you can kind of see. Anyway, this is the Toxic broadhead, and it is a fixed blade broadhead. It's a 3-blade chisel tip, and the blades of it is actually shaped like, if you guys are familiar with the Toxic symbol, it is shaped like Toxic symbol. Those are like circular, but they're open on the ends, and what it does is it creates a 3-hole entrance, and it punches through and basically creates massive blood loss because it's pretty much like a hole, like a bullet shot. All right, that's the first one I want to test. The second one is the ever popular Rage. This is the new Rage broadhead. Let me see. So this is the new Rage broadhead, and basically it has a leading penetrating tip. Get that focus. It has a leading penetrating tip, and once it penetrates, these little wings here, as it goes through the hide, goes through the meat and flesh, push out, flares out, opens up, and it has a shock collar that locks those blades in place, and it has a full 2-inch cutting surface. So basically that is a mechanical broadhead, and it flies through the air closed. When it hits, it penetrates, it opens up. Now this particular blade made by Rage, it is a open on contact, which means when it hits, it pushes through the hide, it opens up as soon as it hits. All right, this blade opens up and it penetrates from the outside of the flesh, outside of the hide in. So these blades are cutting on the outside, going in. All right, 2-inch spread. And I didn't mention, but the Toxic broadhead, I think it's a 3/8 inch cut. Now this is another broadhead. This is a off-brand of the Swhacker broadhead. I don't remember exactly what the name of it is. Bought it from Walmart, but it has the same mechanics as the Swhacker broadhead. This one has a 1 3/4 inch cutting surface, and this one is a open after impact broadhead from Swhacker. And Swhacker is one I was considering because of that particular, it opens on the inside after it penetrates through the hide and through some of the flesh. It opens up, and the way it works, has this tip that goes in and penetrates, and these little wings here, as it goes through the hide, these pull out, and then that blade opens. But these blades open inside of the deer or the animal. It opens after it penetrates through, and then it locks in, and it is open for a full 1 3/4 inch cutting diameter. So that's the difference between the three. The Rage opens as it penetrates, and this one opens after it penetrates, and this one is just like the Incredible Hulk. It just plunges through, tearing everything up. All right, so I'm debating on which one I want, and they're all different because this one I feel like will plunge through, leave a massive hole, much like a bullet. This one opens after impact, so these blades actually get inside, open up, still sharp on the inside, cutting through, slicing stuff. Then this one opens up a lot wider, bigger impact, bigger hole. So let's put them to the test, figure it out. Alright, I'm sure you guys have seen other videos of these arrowheads being tested, but what I'm going to do is these are being compared head to head, and the difference is I'm going to use an actual deer hide. I have a hide from the first deer I killed last year, and I saved it because I wanted to train my dog to track deer, to track wounded deer. But I have that hide. I'm going to drape the hide over the ballistics gel block that we made in the last video. That way it simulates an actual deer. It simulates the hide and it simulates the flesh, so you have an actual real life comparison of these broadheads in action. So without further ado, first things first, we head inside, grab the gel block, grab the deer hide, and bring it out here. We're gonna get started testing these broadheads. All right, you guys, finally got everything ready. Yeah, what y'all looking at? Anyway, want to note, it's very difficult to cut this hide. This is, I mean, that's a piece of deer hide, actual deer hide, on the ballistics gel block. Nice and cold, nice and firm, and it's very difficult to cut. So the hide is very thick, as you guys can imagine. Microphone falling off. All right, so we're about to go ahead and take our first shot. Hopefully we hit it, and hopefully we get some good results. Let's see. Okay. The shot with the toxic broadhead, you can see the entrance. A complete pass through out the back, even stuck to the wood. It even penetrated the wood a little bit. This gel block, remember, it's 14 inches, so it's a 14-inch pass through. We're gonna remove the hide. First of all, look at the hide. So you kind of punch and put into it. This, that's my finger right there. So, pretty nice hole for the hide. This actual gel. You see carved out the symbol, and these meatworms that talk about, made a bunch of those. You can see it went all the way through out the back. So look at this. Alright, guys, missed the block, complete pass through into the tree, but it's fully deployed. It may be still usable. Let's see if we can salvage that. Take another shot. As you guys see, the raised broadhead fully deployed. As it deployed, the shot collar engaged like it's supposed to, locked the blade in, and yeah, did a pretty good damage. It's not even bad, like, blade is still sharp, so we're gonna test it again. We'll reset this and take a second shot. Whoa! All right, raised broadhead, sliced straight through. Didn't have enough hide. Good gracious! Let's take a look at this. Y'all can see that. I can't even tell how wide the entrance is. You can see clear through there, and it went through, complete pass through, stuck into the wood, out the back, just like the toxic broadhead. Alright, you guys, the first test is done where we were testing penetration, and we fired each broadhead through through deer hide, simulated flesh, and then into the palate with simulated bone. So we're going to head inside, we're going to take these broadheads apart, figure out what happened, and get the best results from as far as penetration goes. Alright, you guys, we are back inside. Let's do a quick recap on what we saw. Let's see what we learned. First of all, let's start off with the first one that we used, which is the fixed blade toxic broadhead. And let's recap. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Alright, first and foremost, let's see. As far as the tip, the chisel, it is sort of mashed in a little bit. But in its defense, I had to knock it out of the wood, so that may have been from me knocking it. The blades, the circular pattern, they are, I see 1, 2 nicks, chunk of wood that it kept. It's bent. So about 3 or 4 nicks after penetrating through the hide, through the flesh, and then into the bone simulation. And it kept some of that bone there. So a few nicks, not too bad. It did penetrate into the wood pallet, and it stayed into the wood pallet. Didn't go all the way through. Alright, second, we have the raised broadhead with the 2-inch spread. It did open on impact. It went through. Don't know if I can see that or not, but no nicks on the leading head. It has a pretty deep nick into one side of it. The other one seems to be pretty fresh. It did penetrate through the hide. It penetrated through the simulated flesh, and it completely passed through the wooden pallet, which simulated the bone. So it had complete pass through. It was the first one to completely pass through, and it also penetrated into the tree behind it, and it went up all the way to about midway up the blade. So with everything being the same, the bow, the bolts, everything the same weight, same grain, all 100 grain. It had the deepest penetration, which was the raised broadhead, and it went all the way through, complete pass through. Stuck in about halfway up. So pretty good penetration. Alright, last but not least is the Swhacker, and it did what it's supposed to do. A smaller head. Now this is the one that has the blade head. It looks a lot like the Rage, but obviously not. Now the head of this one is I know you guys can't see it at all. The lighting is not good as far as this camera goes, but the head of this one is chipped. The blade of it is chipped. It went through. Now the leading blades did what they're supposed to do and deployed inside of the flesh. But once it come out of the flesh, these were already opened, and these blades have 2 nicks here and a little ways up right there. They didn't stand a chance against that bone or that wood. Now it went through, it's still intact, still whole, but they did well against the flesh, well against the hide, but not against the bone. You see it has some chips and nicks. Now they all are here, so that's good, because I've seen other tests where the blades broke off and you had one blade cutting through or no blades cutting through, but at least we had both blades on both of these mechanical broadheads still attached. And this one, like I said, went through and through, stuck it to the bone in the back. So for the first test, I'm going to have to give it to the raised broadhead. It had the best penetration. It went through and through, come out the back, and it stuck a lot further into the tree. Second place was the Swhacker. It almost came out the back side of the wood, the simulated bone, and the toxic did not. Now they're all made to penetrate differently, so it's not necessarily how deep they went, because with this chiseled head on the toxic, it's made to punch through, and these blades are the ones that are doing the cutting, and it's more to hollow out the entire area that is penetrating. Now these other ones, they're made to slice. They have the leading head and they're slicing through. Slicing through is a lot easier than punching through. So you have to bear that in mind. But so far we have first place Rage, second place Swhacker, and then third place the Toxic Broadhead. Alright, you guys, thank y'all for watching, thank y'all for tuning in. The first test for these broadheads is completed. As far as penetration, like I said, the Rage takes the lead early on. Next test, we are going to test blood loss. That's gonna be pretty interesting. It'll be pretty easy but pretty interesting. So y'all stay tuned for this little mini series we have with the crossbow, and we'll test blood loss on the next video, and then after that we will test trauma from the flesh. So that's it for now, you guys. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching. There's more to come. E.d.outdoors. E.d.o. out.